Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a special reading for the air signs, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, and their twin flame connection. Twins, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those, or in making a donation, you can find that information in my Buy Me a Coffee link and my official Instagram, both listed in the About section of my YouTube page. And I thank you so much in advance. Twins, I hope that you're doing well. If you're here as a cross watcher, welcome. If you're here and you're not sure of what a twin flame journey is, I've included a link to Gabi Kovalenko's full-length explanation of the twin flame journey in the description box below for your reference. I am a twin. I was in separation for a very long time from my twin. We have come into union, and I do these readings to support the twin flame community, navigate the journey, and take a temperature on what's going on in your journey at this time. I'm going to be using two decks for your reading today. The first for the overall energy is going to be from the Healing Heart Oracle deck, and for the tarot portion of the reading, I'm going to be using this deck. It's called the Mira Visions Tarot and Oracle deck. It's a very special deck. It's known as a lenticular deck, which means that each card is kind of holographic, and it has two different images in the same card. So it's a pretty special deck, and I don't take it out very often. So the cards have been pre-shuffled. This is for the air signs and their twin flame connection. Angels, spirits, guides, what messages do you have for the twins? Oh goodness. Number 13, grieving heart, open doors to something new. Number 13, grieving heart, open doors to something new. 13 corresponds to the death card of the major arcana of the tarot. Death card is Scorpio energy, and it talks about endings bringing new beginnings, that there's this cycle that needs to come to a close, and from that experience we garner wisdom and kind of rise up like the phoenix from the ashes. You can see here, right, she's got a bigger heart here that's been broken, but from that, a smaller but more vibrant heart kind of emanates forth. Thank you, Spirit. It's the most colorful aspect of the image. Everything else is very monochromatic. It's like the closer we get to the heart, the redder it becomes. There is still life left to be lived, but there is also this acknowledgement that there's a grieving process right now, and in the twin flame connection, it could be like you're grieving an old version of yourself. Sometimes it's tough, right? In the twin flame connection, it's like, sometimes I ask myself, or I think back to before I ever met my twin, you know, who I was before then, and it's like you're still you, but the knowledge of the twin flame, once you meet your twin, it just kind of activates so much within you. It awakens all of these spiritual gifts. It awakens these triggers and traumas. It awakens a love in you that you didn't even know was possible. And wrapped up in all of that can be a kind of grieving, you know, for what was before, and having to let go of that piece, because we can't really go back in time. Can't undo it. And sometimes there might be a phase in you that wish you could. I know that when I was in separation from my twin, there were so many times. It was just so painful. I just wanted to cut ties. I wanted to cut all the energetic ties, which of course you cannot, because it's your twin flame. You can't cut out your own soul, right? They share soul with you. You can't cut out your own soul. But it's this kind of yearning to be united with that aspect that you perceive is outside of you when it was in there the whole time. It's a nice concept, but when it comes to your actual life, it can feel so stifling and suffocating and overwhelming, and like you have no recourse. You feel like you just have no way out, right? To that, I can only say it's almost like just allow yourself to feel those feelings. Sit in that space of discomfort, and it's so uncomfortable. Sit in that space of discomfort and allow Spirit to be with you in that space. Spirit's showing me, so during COVID is when I discovered the person that I was separated from was my twin flame. And I discovered my spiritual gifts. I discovered tarot. I learned how, became a Reiki master. Like, it's just like a lot of things happened. I've meditated every single day. Like, it's just a lot of things. I astral projected. I saw so much. But part of the practice in Reiki, the teacher had us one day, because you can send Reiki to the future and you can send Reiki to the past. And she asked us to think about a moment in our past that was painful, and to go back to that moment in our mind and just to send Reiki, to send energy healing to that moment. So I went back to that moment in my mind, the most painful moment of my life that had to do with my twin. And I almost stood outside of the scenario. I stood over myself in that moment, and I sent Reiki to myself in that past moment, to heal that moment of my life. And Spirit is showing that to me right now for you, air signs. It's like whatever it is that you're going through right now, whether it's with your twin or not with your twin, they're asking you to go way back and to bless the person that you were, forgive the person that you were, grieve the person that you were, but forgive that moment of your life where you could have been vulnerable, you could have been weak, you could have been sad, you could have been all these things. Just give yourself grace for that moment of your life and free yourself of it. I'm gonna pull, sorry, I just need a little bit more light here. I'm gonna pull 4 cards for the base spread. The first card will be your card, the second card will be your twin, the third card will be the connection, the fourth card will be advice from Spirit. I'm only taking uprights in this reading, upright cards, and because each card has 2 images within it, I am not taking any clarifiers unless Spirit asks me to do so. So we're going to start with your energy, but again, as twin flames mirror one another, you have a telepathic connection with your twin. As twin flames mirror one another, feel free to interchange. Like if you feel like you identify with what I designate as your twin, then go with that one. For your energy, air signs, you got the Seven of Swords, which swords is your element, the element of air, and the Seven of Birds. So the Seven of Swords here, you can see this. You can see this character here. It's an interesting character. It kind of looks like the Grim Reaper a little bit, or at least somebody with a hoodie on. I don't know that it's supposed to be the Grim Reaper. I don't think it is. But it is somebody, it does represent somebody who's, you know, trying to strategize their next move. You know, it's almost like they're trying to exit stage left, like they're trying to make their getaway. The converse of this and the card is this Seven of Birds. You know, it's so beautiful, this card. Like whenever I see birds, whenever you see birds in the V formation, it's the pinnacle of efficiency. It's for birds anyway, it's maximizes their aerodynamic nature. There's always one bird that occupies the front and they kind of take the brunt of the resistance when they're flying, to allow all the other birds behind them to kind of glide a little bit, conserve their energy. Eventually the front bird gets tired and changes with the bird that's behind it, so they all share the load. And there's something about you right now, you're trying to go through life in the most strategic and efficient way that you know how. But there's some part of me that wants to say, that's all mind energy. Where is your heart energy? Air signs. You know, it's like, oh, I don't have time for the heart. Well, it's one of these things, right? If you don't make time to acknowledge your feelings and your heart, it will force you to eventually. And Spirit wants me to tell you that. There's a very specific scene that I'm seeing from the new Star Trek films with, well, I guess they're not that new right now, but with Chris Pine, the first film. He's just this rogue and he's resisting everything and he has daddy issues and all this stuff, and he decides to join Starfleet, right? Captain Kirk. Although he's not a captain, he's a cadet. And he has to get into the plane or the ship or whatever to go up to the bigger ship. And Bones, who is ends up being his best friend, comes in, makes an entrance, and he's just mouthing off to the person that's running the back area or whatever. And he's like, these things are dangerous and whatever. And I just hear this actress in this scene look at this guy that's probably 2 feet taller than her. And she goes, "Sit down before I make you sit down." And that's what your heart is telling you right now. Sit down before I make you sit down. But in like a loving way. It's your heart. But I cannot tell you how clear as day. It's like I have a little television set in my mind and I can see it. I can see the scene. Spirit is showing it to me. That's the exact message that they want you to have right now. Now it's like that song from the 80s, right? Listen to your heart. No, yeah, Roxette. Listen to your heart, because it's calling for you There's nothing else you can do. I don't know where you're going and I don't know why. Listen to your heart before you tell him goodbye. Right? Before you make any rash decisions. Calm yourself. Listen to your heart. What does your heart want? But you're strategizing, that's for sure. But this, I feel like, is your comfort zone. I feel like that's what you normally do. And I'm gonna pull a clarifier. The Hanged Man. Number 12 of the major arcana, Pisces, Virgo. The Hanged Man. Pretty brutal card. When you look at it, those are supposed to be piranhas. And sacrifice. What's going on with you, air signs? The Hanged Man usually denotes getting a perspective away from the situation for a while. Getting a much needed perspective. And perhaps when you get that perspective, you'll see what it is that you've had to give up and what is still reaching out for you, right? It's almost like I see this hand in kind of monotone, black or monochrome, black and white, and I see this hand in color reaching for you. Something beautiful is reaching for you, but can you reach back? Can you accept it? See, even in this card, even in this image, it's like they don't want you to use so much of your head. They want you to come down into your body, into your guts and your heart and your organs, and what is it that your body wants and feels and craves. Too much head. Too much thinking. Where is your twins energy right now? 6 of Wands, 6 of Embers. Here's the 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands is a card of victory. Your twin is experiencing some kind of victory. Victory, promotion, awards, public recognition. Raises, being raised up. Something really beautiful. 6 of Embers, right? 6 of Embers, it suggests that kind of entering into the limelight. Something that everybody can see. I want to remind you, and this could be your energy, and flip it, right? Remember, you can flip it if this resonates more for you. I want to remind you that we always want to be, we want to show gratitude for our twin, even if they're difficult or we're difficult or whatever. We show gratitude to our other selves in our twin. And we want our twin to succeed. We want them to be happy. We want them to succeed. And I know it can be difficult, but when they succeed, you succeed. And it's not about it being tit for tat, but it's more about the mirroring energies, the mirroring frequencies, right? You raise up, they raise up, and vice versa. Now whenever I say that statement, I think of the scene in Twilight when the mom is talking to Bella about being with Edward. That she goes to visit her mom in Arizona or whatever, and Edward goes with her. And her mom is very perceptive, even though she seems like kind of flaky. She goes, I noticed something about like you and Edward. When he moves, you move. Right? And I always like to joke, a fellow twin flame told me this. Did you know that Edward and Bella are twin flames? Like, obviously. Like, when my friend said that to me, I was like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. It makes so much sense that Edward and Bella are twin flames. Thank you, Spirit. And it makes so much sense why I was like obsessed with it 15 years before I knew my twin flame or what a twin flame was. I was obsessed with that story. That story made sense to me, weirdly. But the mom says, he moves, you move. That's how twin flames, they kind of navigate through life. So your twin is experiencing a victory, and good for them, right? They want you to follow. Follow me. Follow me, air signs. Follow me into the light, into the color, into the vibrancy. I'm waiting. Because the connection, the world card, number 21 of the major arcana, look at it. Look at that eye. It's like the all-seeing eye. And the flip side of it, right? The flip side, life on earth. And these two embracing. It's almost like once you make the decision to connect with the twin, and it's a decision to work on ourselves, to be the highest form, highest vibration we can be, to align with our twin, and then look what happens. This embrace, closing out chapters that no longer serve us, and stepping into something that will embrace us. Not just the twin, but just, thank you, Spirit. Not just the twin, but just the promise of new beginnings, the new day, the blessings. When we allow something else to, when we grieve the thing that is now in the past, embracing what is to come, embracing the blessing of the connection. Right? And life on earth sometimes can be so difficult, but there's so many beautiful things about it too. We're here in human form to live a human experience, even though we're divine spiritual beings. That's where you are in the connection right now. It's so gorgeous. And it's you know, I resonate with this. My twin is an air element, so I resonate with this heavily. It's beautiful though. Sometimes hard to remember, but beautiful. What is the advice from Spirit? 3 of chalices, 3 of lotuses, so it's the 3 of cups. 3 of chalices, these dancers here, how beautiful. Like dancing on water, walking on water. 3 of lotuses. It's strange because they're 3 rowers here, right? I saw these 2 as your twin, you and your twin, and I saw that as Spirit. This water acting as the collective unconscious, right? The psychic realm. And this beautiful structure in the background, it's like new home or home in the heart. 3 of cups, 3 of chalices can talk about celebration. A coming together, clinking glasses. There is much, Spirit is saying there's much to celebrate. There is so much beauty around you, if only you allow yourself to see it. It's not easy, air signs, but I feel as though, you know, if you are grieving something, if you are grieving, you know, I don't think this grieving is necessarily about your twin. could be in part lean on the energy of your twin to lift you through. They want to. They want to. That's your reading, twins. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, twins.